asked my wife what I can do to be more desired by her, and she told me to bring her down out of her head when she's kind of too up in her head. Two things she offered as suggestions were going to be physical touch in a non-sexual nature, the other one being to create ways that we can have more quality time together. Of those two things, I kind of want to talk about my experience with trying to do more non-sexual physical touching. For one, I want to note that as a man, it is very hard to touch and make it not sexual. Just the very nature of me touching my wife arises things in my mind, so there's gonna feel something is there. So that alone I want to touch on, because a lot of people chimed in and were like, yeah, absolutely, non-sexual touching really helps me. But it's like, it's very, very difficult for that to even happen. And by design, as a man, it's always going to have some sense of sexuality there, especially because you're the one person in the world that I get to have this with. So it's by nature going to carry with it some of that. So that going into it's a little hard in and of itself, because it's not easy to pull that out of it. So that as a starter, I want to frame that for people who out there who are checking this all out, both men and women. I obviously can only speak to the man side of it. But the other thing that I found is that anytime you do something new, especially when you're the one who's trying to do it, it's going to feel inauthentic to some degree, because it's not what you would naturally do, because if it was what you naturally do, you're already doing it. So when I started doing this with my wife, it actually did not help. In fact, it almost made how she felt about me worse, because it made her think that I was being needy, even though this is what we talked about. Because of the way it came across as inauthentic, because I was forcing myself to do it. I was like, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this, and it had to be a task. It felt inauthentic, and so it actually had the reverse effect for the initial about 3 or 4 days that we were doing it, which was confusing and almost hurtful to me, because I'm like, I'm going out of my way to do what you asked, so why isn't this working? And it was because of the nature of, one, it carries with it an inherent level of sexuality, so that's going to go through it, and the other is it's inauthentic. And I had to get over that and keep kind of pushing through it. And we also had to have another conversation about that, of like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, this is how I feel. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying. And she's like, I know, I'm also trying. And so she had to kind of unlock there after that second conversation of being like, this is real, it is authentic, it's gonna feel a little funky at first. And since that conversation, it's gotten a lot better. So the continued touching throughout a day, regardless of what kind of touching it is, actually has just increased in overall volume, and it's helped us feel a lot closer and connect quite a bit more.